Welcome back to some more MX versus ATV Supercross Encore. Today we're going to check out the 2017 replica track of East Rutherford. It's awesome. It's probably one of my favorite ones so far this year, and I don't really know why. I think it's because there's different line choices you can take, both of which can be fast. Now, I am playing on the Xbox One. The track releases here earlier, for me at least, than any other platform. And I bet I was on the track like 30 minutes. So usually when I do these videos, it's like 20 to 30 minutes first impressions, I guess, of the track. And it's, like I said, it's really fun. There's 6 laps, I think. 2 are the same, and then 1 extra one, and then our realistic one. And then there's one line that I couldn't get. Now, I did get it in the race, and I want to show you it does work, but there's kind of a sweet spot. If you go too far, you're cutting the track too much, and so on and so forth. But it's really fast, and I'll throw that in here at the end. But let's go check out 2017 East Rutherford. Alright, 2017 East Rutherford. This track is really awesome, like I said at the beginning here. This rhythm section, there's a couple different ways to go about it. This opening lap's a little ugly. I think this was my third or fourth lap on the track, so not exactly the prettiest, but this is pretty much the main line that I was taking. Like I said, that first rhythm section, you can go about it a couple different ways, or at least one other way. This whoop section is really weird with that roller in the middle. It throws you off. There's, again, a couple different ways to go through that as well. Some of them being really ugly, but what I felt was fairly fast. Supercross triple here, little double, into another triple, and then this little corner jump here, you can double it, and then triple double. And there's a couple different ways you can do that. I say that's one of the more consistent ways through that section. Now, lap number 2 is exactly the same as lap number 1 was. I think for me, this rhythm section's not too hard. I think you can get through this pretty consistently. You don't have to whip glitch or anything. You can get all that stuff without it. This section, I felt like I really wanted to jump to the top of that table. I couldn't quite do it. Maybe it's possible, again, with some more practice and some more time on it, but we didn't put too much time into it. You can kind of jump through that second set of whoops there. I don't know if it's faster. You can kind of skim the top real fast if you preload in just right and then drop your nose, which I know it's not realistic, but for the game at least, that can be really fast. And then I think the secret to getting a really good lap, I think, is going to be this section right here. Getting this. We're going to double in again and then triple. I think triple again and then double into the corner. So again, it was the same, and the next 2 laps are the same except for that opening rhythm section. Okay, so I lied. Actually, we're going to do another lap exactly like the first 2 were. I thought for some reason I was thinking I changed that up here, but we're just going to triple in. I actually think tripling in was easier for me because you're carrying a lot of speed down the start straight again there, so I feel like it was actually easier to triple in instead of double, and you'll see that here after this lap. But going back to that back rhythm section, where that corner jump is, you can see where we're cutting the track a little bit, and the way they set the tough blocks up, at least for the race, you'll see it if you have the track and you play on it later, you can cut it there. You can jump off of that. And you can actually triple, which we will do, I think next lap we'll triple off of this instead of double. The double is a lot more consistent, but you can triple off of it, which is really, really fast, especially if you can carry that rhythm all the way through. Alright, so lap number 4, I believe, this is where we're going to change it a little bit. We're going to double in, and then we're going to quad, which that one, quad triple, that for some reason was tougher. It's not exactly hard, but for some reason I just was struggling with that a little bit more, and then everything else will be the same, except for, we'll have to see. I don't know, I just kind of stuck these together, and now I'm doing a post-commentary over it. And I do go through those whoops, kind of a strange way on one of these laps. We kind of preload into them really hard, and like I said, I just drop the front end really hard, and it gets us to just kind of skim across the top of them, which can be pretty fast. So I'm just waiting. I think actually we are gonna just double and then triple, and double into the corner. So the only thing different was that opening rhythm section. Alrighty, lap number 5. This is the one. We're gonna hit this opening rhythm section just like we did the lap before with a double, quad, triple. And then where it's more interesting to me is that back section. And that back section to triple in off that corner jump, it feels like it should be a lot easier. And on the practice track like this, it is, because there's not the tough blocks, just trying to stay in the white lines. And I think I actually kind of get out. See there, we kind of drop the front end. You can skim across the top. I don't know if that'll work every time, but it happened to this time. And it just happened to be one of the laps that I wanted to use. What was I saying? With the white lines, you can kind of want to stay inside of them. It's a little different with the tough blocks, but you can cut this corner. We don't cut it too much, but we do, or no, we don't. No, we don't. So it worked out, but there is a faster way through that than what we did. We kind of messed up the end. I just mainly wanted to show you that triple into that section. Alright, since this was really hard for me to get the rhythm I wanted, I just kept coming back to it, doing over and over until I could get it again. But we're gonna triple, and we kind of hit the white line, but then you can quad and triple into the corner. If you can hit that, and you can do it in a race, but like I said, I would have hit tough blocks because of that white line, but that's a really fast way through that section. And last but not least is the more realistic lap. Now, I didn't put too much effort into this because it's just, I don't know, this track was, again, really tough to try and even decide what I thought they would do. It's really hard in this game because it's just not really meant for that. Now, kind of stepping on and stepping off and tripling, that actually worked really well. I don't know, maybe they'll do that. And things in the game, I know that the scaling actually doesn't feel too bad, but, you know, it looks different in real life, and sometimes they take out or add a jump. I think every track this year so far has had some subtle little change. Now, Seattle, I think, was the farthest apart from what we got here, but again, I mentioned this before, I think that's probably because of all the rain they got and whatnot. So this is what they could do. I highly doubt it. I'm sure they'll do other rhythms than what I'm doing, but it's just something kind of quick I wanted to throw together.